From the moment the credits started rolling on 3-Day Millionaire, I have thought about giving this review, recording this review, and talking about this movie. This is a good day. 3-Day Millionaire. Let's talk about it. That's right, I am back for another episode, another review. No interviews today. We have got a review of a kind of low-budget movie, 3-Day Millionaire. 3-Day Millionaire is a movie that I think people should be checking out, and we're going to be talking about it in a quick hot second. But first of all, I have to do all of the paperwork, housekeeping, whatever you want to call it. My name is Kevin Halden, your humble reviewer, and this is Nerdly Out Loud, the official channel of nerdly.co.uk, your favourite British home for all of your news, reviews, and exclusive interviews. We like to cover everything from the big budget to the low budget to the no budget, with a special keen interest on the lower end of the scale. Please do check out the website, www.nerdly.co.uk. On that website, we've got a ton of reviews, low budget films, big budget films, middle budget films, wrestling, games, podcasts. We have got everything that you could look for on that website. As long as it's pop culture, we're kind of your pop culture curators. But while you're here watching this video, please do, if you haven't already, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and ding that notification bell. The notification bell will let you know whenever I drop an episode, whether it be a review, an interview, or anything else like that. We're putting out great content. Well, I say great content, but I guess I'm a touch biased. So yes, we're going to be talking about 3-Day Millionaire, a great little British kind of comedy crime caper movie with the fantastic Colm, Meaney, who we just love him in everything. I mean, Gangs of London was the last thing we saw him in, and he's absolutely bloody brilliant in that. But Colm Meaney's been around for a good long while, and he's always great in everything he does. He's not necessarily the best thing in this movie, though, which is a bold statement, but we're going to get into it now, and we're going to talk about 3-Day Millionaire.
Oh, get a look.
We're home, Butcher Boy. Best place on earth. Welcome to Grimsby. To the ocean we are born, and to the ocean we shall return.
Grimsby is as dead as freaking dead whelks and Crabshy, I'm telling you.
But the glory days are coming back. They are coming back. 3-Day Millionaires.
3-Day Millionaire tells the story of three trawlermen, Curly Dean, Budge, and Codge. These guys, whenever they come back home and whenever they get off the boat, because that's what a trawlerman is, they live the life of a king, which is basically 3-Day Millionaire. When you're only home for 3 days and you've got all your wages, you can do whatever you want. They come home to their town of Grimsby. This movie's definitely putting Grimsby on the map, by the way, in a big bad way. We're going to follow these guys for the 3 days that they are back on shore. We're going to follow their stories, see a little bit about who they are and what's going on with them. But obviously, it's a movie, so we have to have some stuff and things happen. And that's when we find out that Mr. Barr, played by Colm Meaney, who's the guy that basically owns all the trawlers and owns, like, basically a good portion of Grimsby, he's decided that he's going to sell things up. He's going to sell the docks. He's going to sell parts of this and parts of that. And it's all going to be turned into like a place of the future kind of thing, which they don't want to do because this is their livelihood and they want to be trawlermen for the rest of their days. So they cook up a plan, and that plan is to basically steal all the guys' money, do a little bit of a heist, and that's your movie. That's where we're going with this. It's a great little kind of black comedy, I guess you could say, where we've got three guys just vibing off each other. The friendship is what makes the movie. The caper is what propels the movie. And the acting is what sticks the landing. So we're going to talk a little bit about our cast and our crew. Starting with Curly Dean, Budgie, and Codge. Curly Dean, played by James Burrows, is brilliant in this movie. He's doing the kind of Alfie breaking the fourth wall and a little bit of narration all the way throughout the movie, which often at times for me just doesn't work. And it takes a pretty skilled actor. James Burrows can pull it off. He's got the cheeky chappy vibe. You know this guy. You've spent time with this guy. You're probably mates with a guy like that's what makes the character so likable, believable, and you kind of feel for him. You want to be part of Curly Dean's crew. So I think James Burrows, as a leading man in this, smashed it. Absolutely smashed it. He is brilliant. One of the other friends, Budgie, is played by Sam Glenn. And again, he's more the put-upon friend. Like, he's sort of just being kind of led. He has his own mind, of course, but he's sort of just seeing all these shenanigans happen and wondering, how the hell do we keep getting into these situations? Yet he doesn't seem to be able to do anything to get himself out of these situations. All of these guys, the three main characters, you know them all, so we're going to be repetitive on that. Again, he's brilliant. Sam Glenn, great job. Michael Kinsey as Codge steals the movie. Just absolutely steals the movie. As good as everybody is in this movie, Michael Kinsey steals it. He's so bloody good. He does the comedy well. He does the serious stuff well. He does the getting high well. He does the getting drunk well. He does it all really, really well. And again, this is one of those moments where I kind of don't really know if he's acting or if this is just the guy. And that's a testament to him, to his acting ability and to all of that kind of thing. The material he has to work with works well with him. And it's sort of like, it's more of the character playing the actor than the actor playing a character, which is a strange thing to say, but I think you might know what I mean. He just embodies the role, and I just adored the character, and I was in for the ride with this character. It is one of these lower budget Brit flicks that puts you in mind of the likes of Lock, Stock and Snatch and things like that, with cheeky chappies talking and everything. So you kind of have to have a couple of names, and I've already mentioned Colm Meaney. Like, who doesn't love Colm Meaney? Whether it's Con Air, Intermission, Deep Space Nine, Deep Space Nine, wow. Yeah, whether it's any role that Colm Meaney has played, he always plays it well. It's great to see him in this. And he's doing a Grimsby accent, which is pretty cool to see. I like Colm Meaney, and he brings a little bit of weight to this film when it comes to the sort of the de facto heel of the film. He brings a lot of weight to that. So I can't say anything else. I just really, really liked him. His second in command, and kind of one of the guys that goes against him to team up with our heroes to rob the place, is played by Jonas Armstrong. Another actor that I've seen recently just keeps cropping up and keeps getting better and better. I'm a fan of Jonas, so I will always get on with him as an actor. And in this film, he's doing what he needs to do. He doesn't have as big a role as some of them, but he's doing what he needs to do, and he's doing it well, so I can't complain about that. And talking about Lock, Stock and Snatch and everything like that, we got Robbie G in this movie as Wheezy. And again, another Brit actor that I just love to see turning up in Brit movies. He knows what he's there for, and he's going to smash it every time. But it's not too hard to give really good performances when you're dealing with some fantastic material. And writer Paul Stephenson has written a really great little homegrown style movie. Like, yes, it's set in Grimsby, a place that, you know, like, it's in the arse end of nowhere, and people know what it is. And it's Grimsby, for Christ's sake. It is what it is. This homegrown, heartfelt story about these guys and girls, you can absolutely get on board with from the second it starts, because the dialogue that James Burrows is effortlessly giving to you as he's explaining what we're about to watch and what we're about to see and who these people are, it just all works. It's a very tight script. Nothing feels unnecessary. It all feels like you are watching this, I would say, instant kind of cult British classic comedy. Like, genuinely, I think this is a movie that if you've seen it, and if enough people do see it, it will become a little bit of a cult gem. People will revert back to this movie in time. I hope, anyway. I really hope people get it, and I hope people see it, because it's funny as hell. It's really heartfelt in places. It gets serious at times, and they give you some act right. These guys have to, yeah, they're all jovial friends and everything, but there are times when they have to really just pull each other around and just slap each other across the face, sometimes literally, and get on with what they need to do. And that's why I like this movie. It's why I love this movie. I think director Jack Spring has done a great job with this movie. I'll always be honest with you and let you know I don't know what else he's done as a director. First thing that I've seen of his, first thing I've seen of this writer as well. And I'm happy to say it's all good things. I genuinely thought this film needs to be seen, and it's great. The cinematography, for the most part, is excellent. You see parts of Grimsby that are probably supposed to look proper down and out, downtrodden, but it actually looks pretty cool and really nice, and that's the sign of a good cinematographer. You can take a turd and make it look like a golden nugget. So I'm happy with that. Like I said, the dialogue's fine. The story in a couple of places towards the end does get a little bit janky and a little bit hokey, but I'm not going to knock it down too much for that because we are dealing with a lower budget Brit flick here. So I'm not going to give it too much slating for that. But personally, I'm just going to get into my final rating, and I'm going to be honest with you. I'm dropping a 5 on it. I'm dropping a 5 out of 5 on 3-Day Millionaire. If you don't watch any other lower budget movie this year, make it this one. Please do make it this one. Much like a few years back or a couple of years ago when I reviewed I Love My Mum, like a British movie that I just genuinely loved. Soundtrack to 16 is another one that I genuinely loved. When British directors are coming through and making homegrown British movies, we are making great stuff. We can hang with the best of them, but a lot of them, sadly, a lot of them don't get seen, or they don't get seen by enough people. And I want people to check this out because I think we've got something gold here. I think this is a film that when people see it and start talking about it, it'll do numbers. It'll gain a following. People will enjoy it. And again, it's putting Grimsby on the map. And who knew that needed to happen? So yeah, Jack Spring, director Jack Spring, for me, this film is a 5 out of 5. I will be watching to see what you do next, where you go next, and if you're working with Paul Stephenson again, I'll absolutely check that out. That's all I can say. It's a really good buddy kind of movie, homegrown, caper, black comedy. Just let's get in there and have some fun. And the great thing about the movie is that it just feels cheeky, like from word one. Like the movie starts and you've got this cheeky vibe. Yes, there's serious undertones about what's going on, and we can deal with all that societal stuff, and that's fine. You can slap a little bit of political nonsense in there. I don't mind. I'll deal with that in my own way. But for the most part, this film's got its tongue firmly in its cheek. It knows what it is. It leans heavily into that, and it plays all the better for it. So yeah, I think it's an almost perfect movie. I loved it. I think it's a classic. I think it's a future down the line cult classic. I think we'll be talking about this movie in a few years' time. I hope we are. I hope you see it. I believe it's dropping round about November the 25th. So when it does, check it out. If you do see it, if you do happen to see it, drop something in the comments. Let me know what you thought. If you liked it, let me know. If you didn't like it, let me know. We'll continue the discussion down there because that's what comments are for. Yep, I'm going to go because now I'm rambling again. So 3-Day Millionaire, it's a 5 out of 5, a great little British flick that I really want people to check out. And I will be back for another review, another interview, something coming very soon. This has been Nerdly Out Loud, the official channel of nerdly.co.uk, your favourite British home for all of your news, reviews, and exclusive interviews. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, ding that bell, watch 3-Day Millionaire. That's the most important thing. 5 out of 5, and I'm gone.